Good morning, all of you.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Good morning. Yes, today we are going to see MODI, modified distribution method. So I'm writing the steps in short. These are not particularly for MODI, uh, but these are for any optimality test. Okay, so this is the step-by-step procedure of obtaining an optimal solution of a TP. So the first step is you have to find out IBFS using either of these three methods. Okay, and here I'm assuming every time I'm taking it for granted that you will always check whether the given TP is balanced or not. Do you understand it?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So I'm not writing that as a separate step, okay, that check whether TP is balanced or not. I'm directly writing the first step as obtain an IBFS, okay. Then check whether this IBFS is non-degenerate or not. Okay, if IBFS is not non-degenerate, that is, it is degenerate, then resolve the degeneracy and go to step 3. Now, how to resolve the degeneracy, that we will see as a special case in TP. Okay, so the third step is calculate.
Calculate.
Anybody has any doubt?
Anybody has any doubt?
Two
No,
sets of
ma'am.
values,
Two sets values
UIs and VJs for for occupied cells. Okay, for occupied cells where UIs are calculated for rows and VJs are calculated for columns. Okay, the formula is Cij is equal to Ui plus Vj. So what is Cij? Is the transportation cost given in ijth cell. Is that okay? In books, you may find it in a very refined language, but it's absolutely fine. Your understanding is more important, right? And I'm writing in the possible simplest way, okay? Easy to understand. It's very easy to understand. Can I go ahead? Finished writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the fourth step is for unoccupied cells. Unoccupied cells means which cells are unoccupied? Where there are no units placed. Okay, Those are unoccupied cells. Calculate unit cost penalties. Calculate unit cost penalties, DIJs, using the formula please write I and J properly.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
ma'am, the CIJ is only UI plus VJ, no?
Yes, and
So, ma'am, it will ultimately be zero only.
no. Bipashini, you are making a mistake. In the previous step, I told you to calculate UI and VJs using occupied cells. And here I am using which cells?
Unoccupied. Yes,
So
yes.
how it will become 0?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Yes, finish this step. Now there are
Yes, ma'am.
there are criterions we are going to put, okay? Criterion 1, what is that? If all dij's are strictly greater than 0. If all dij's are strictly greater than 0, then the solution under test is an optimal solution. That means you cannot improve it further. That is, you cannot reduce it further. Okay? Criterion 2, if at least one dij is less than 0. What do you mean by at least one? What do you mean by at least one?
There can be more, but there should be one at
There can be more, okay? Then solution under test is not optimal solution. So you need to apply, and criterion 3 is if dij's are greater equal 0 with at least one dij is equal to 0, then solution under test is optimal and there exists an alternate solution. Finished writing? Okay. So step number 6 would be adjust the number of units. Okay. Adjust the number of units by allocating or cancel this. I'm sorry. Let me just formulate it properly. What you can do is put minus sign, negative sign in the unoccupied cell with most negative Dij value. Okay. Put alternate plus and minus signs including this unoccupied cell and remaining occupied cells so as to form a loop. So what you have to do when you calculate all Dij's, and if you find that at least one Dij is negative, consider that particular unoccupied cell, and along with it, around it, you have to choose occupied cells so that you can form a loop using this one unoccupied cell and remaining all occupied cells. And we have seen what is a loop yesterday. You remember that? How to form a loop?
Yes.
A loop contains an even number of cells and you are allowed to traverse only through 90 degrees and 180 degrees. No other angle is to be used. Okay. And such way you form a loop. Once you form the loop, put alternate plus minus signs in this in the cells which are in the loop. Put alternate plus minus signs in the cells which are in the loop where first negative sign is placed or is put in the unoccupied cell with most negative Dij value. So here you have to put minus sign, where the first positive sign, I'm so sorry girls, first positive sign, here also in the step number 6, put positive sign in the unoccupied cell with most negative Dij value. Yeah. First positive sign is put in the unoccupied cell with most negative Dij value. जहाँ पे most negative Dij value आ रही है वहाँ पे plus sign substitute करना है. That means you want to put units there. You want to make it occupied. Have you understood it, girls? Okay. Now, usually what we do, suppose you have this kind of loop you have got. Okay, this kind of loop you have got, and this is your most negative Dij cell. Suppose this is most negative Dij. So this is unoccupied cell and all these are occupied cells. Okay, occupied, 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 and this is unoccupied. ठीक है? So here I will put plus sign, then I will put minus, plus, minus. Do you understand it?
Yes.
And then what you do, you choose the cells which are negatively signed, which have negative signs. That means you have to take out the units. So suppose यहाँ पे theta 1 units है, यहाँ पे theta 2 units है. Okay. So find minimum of theta 1, theta 2 and adjust this number, adjust minimum of theta 1, theta 2 units in all the cells in the loop. Okay, that means suppose इसका minimum theta 1 है, ये 2 units है यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे 5 units है. So what is minimum of 2 and 5?
2.
2. So what you will do, you will take out 2 units from each negatively signed cell. You will take out 2 units and each positively signed cell you will put 2 units. Is that okay? So for example, theta 1 is 2, theta 2 is 5. Then minimum of 2 and 5 will be 2. So take out 2 units from cells with negative sign. Is that okay, girls? And put 2 units in the cells with positive sign. This is Modi method. Modi says you adjust minimum. Okay. Otherwise, one unit at a time we used to do. So that will take a long time, and that's why we have modified this method and we are taking minimum of these two. So whichever number of negatively signed cells you have, see, because you may have such kind of loop also, na? Not this one, I'm sorry. This is not occupied. Okay. Sorry. Suppose you have loop of this type. This is a unoccupied cell, suppose. So it has positive sign, minus, positive, minus, plus, minus. So how many negative signed cells are there?
3.
3. And suppose there are 3 different numbers placed, theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. So you will find out minimum of all these numbers, 3 numbers, and adjust those many units accordingly. Is that okay?
Ma'am, 2 of them are same. Then
Same, then obviously it will be minimum will be same number, no? Minimum of 2 comma 2 will be 2 only, right?
yes, ma'am.
And then again obtain new solution. Check whether it is non-degenerate. Non-degenerate and optimal. Means again you have to calculate, that is calculate Dij's again for this new Dij's for new solution. Okay. And again you have to check the signs of Dij's if all are positive. So follow step number or repeat steps from which step was there dij's हमने calculate किए 5 to 9. Repeat steps 5 to 9. Okay. So this is modified distribution method, or this is the way we optimize it. Okay, this is modified distribution. ये जो हमने किया है, this whole thing is modi. Okay. Have you understood it? Can we solve a problem now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Find the optimal solution to the following TP using MODI. Okay. Find IBFS using LCM. So in your question, it may be specified that you have to follow the particular method to find IBFS. Okay. So here I am giving you a ready-made IBFS now. So you can use that. I will make the cells bigger, so that, so this is 1, 2, 1, 4. You can give names to sources and destinations as you want. 3, 3, 2, 1, 4, 2, 5, 9. Okay, and the solution I'm giving you 20 units here, then 10 here, then this is 20, 20, 10, and this is 20. So is this TP balanced? I have not written supply and demand. Is this TP balanced? First of all, you check that. What is the total supply? Does it look balanced TP? Can you calculate total supply?
Ma'am, 100.
100. From each row, calculate the each row supply. 20 plus 10, 30. 30 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20, 50. 80 plus 20. So row wise आप जो numbers लिखे हैं red में, add all of them, and column wise also add all of them. Total should be same. So total is 100. This is of course a balanced TP. Is this a non-degenerate IBFS?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It has allocations.
It's 3 cross 4, and number of allocations is equal to 6. That is equal to 3 plus 4 minus 1. Therefore, this IBFS by LCEM is non-degenerate. This and non-degenerate, and moreover, allocations are at independent positions. Can you draw any loop right now?
No, ma'am.
No.
You cannot draw any loop right now with or using occupied cells. Allocations are at independent positions. Okay, so both the this thing are satisfied. Both the conditions of a non-degenerate solution is satisfied. that number of allocations is exactly m plus n minus 1 and the allocations are at independent positions, and because of 1 and 2, so 1 and 2 implies this is a non-degenerate IBFS. Okay, you have to make sure of this, otherwise it will create problems regarding optimizing it. You will not be able to find out UIs, VJs and DIJs if your solution is not non-degenerate, if you don't have exactly m plus n minus 1 allocations. This is the main reason of obtaining non-degenerate solution. Okay, can we go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
मैम तुमची स्क्रीन हँग झाली.
Others can see it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we are in action to apply MODI. We want to apply MODI now. So what is the first step? First step is, see, here I am writing for you all as we are solving very first problem. This is for occupied cells. Okay, and these are unoccupied cells. So the formula is Cij is equal to Ui plus Vj. Dij is equal to Cij minus Ui plus Vj. Okay. So this is to be done for occupied cell. So which is the first occupied cell? 1, 1, right? What is the location? 1, 1. So C11 is U1 plus V1. C next occupied cell. Go row wise.
1, 3.
1, 3. So what should be the equation?
U1 plus V3.
U1 plus V3. Next, C22, U2 plus V2, C23, U2 plus V3, C24, U2 plus V4, C32, U3 plus V2. So UIs are calculated for rows. Please remember this. UIs are calculated for rows because हम UI लिख रहे हैं, VJ लिख रहे हैं. Do you understand it? U1, U2, U3
Yes,
are
ma'am.
calculated for rows and V1, V2, V3, V4 are calculated for columns. So there are 3 rows and 4 columns, and UI and VJs are unknowns. So how many unknowns are there? How many unknowns are there? ये सारे के सारे लोग unknowns है ना. Do you know these values right now? U1 and V1, U1, U2, U3, V1, V2, V3, V4. Do you know these values? So how many unknowns
Seven
are
of them
there?
are
कितने unknowns हैं? 7. And how many equations you have formed?
6.
6. Because you have got 6 allocations, no? Because you have got 6 allocations, you will have only 6 occupied cells. That means you will have only 6 equations. So there are 7 variables and there are 6 equations. So can you find its solution? Can you solve these equations simultaneously? You have number of variables more than number of equations. So you cannot solve it. So what you have to do? You have to set either of these 7 variables equal to 0. Do you understand my question, girls? See, when number of variables is more than number of equations, now x1 plus x2 is equal to 1, or if I write x plus y is equal to 1, how many equations are there?
1.
And how many variables are there?
2.
Number of variables is greater than number of equations, right? So
Yes.
what you have to do, you have to set one of the value equal to something, no? मैं x की वैल्यू 0 रखूंगी, फिर मुझे y की 1 मिलेगी. y की वैल्यू 0 रखूंगी, x की वैल्यू 1 मिलेगी. y की वैल्यू 1 रखूंगी, 2 रखूंगी, x will become -1 and so on. So what you have to do to get the answer of this equation, you have to set either of the value, right? Isn't it? To get the another value.
Yes.
Similarly, here also I have got a system of 6 equations and 7 unknowns. So without setting one of the variables to 0, 0 is the simplest number to handle. So we are setting it equal to 0. But now which number is to be set equal to 0? Tell me. U1, U2, U3, V1, V2, V3, V4. इनमें से कौन सा नंबर मैंने 0 करना चाहिए? Any guesses? This is absolutely logical again. कि कौन सा नंबर 0 करना चाहिए? The variable which is appearing in most of equations. Which variable is appearing more times in this system? Which variable you can see? Which is U2. Because what is happening in U2? U2 corresponds to row 2, where you have maximum number of allocations, right? You have 3 allocations in this row. In the first row, you have 2. In the second row, you have 3. In the third row, you have only 1. So which variable is appearing more times or maximum times? U2. So जब आप उसे 0 बनाते हो, naturally बाकी के आंसर्स immediately आपके आ जाते हैं. समझ में आ रहा है क्या मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ?
Yes. Yes.
हाँ, set that variable equal to 0. The row in which you have maximum allocations or the columns which you have maximum allocations, corresponding variable is to be set equal to 0. So row 2 has maximum allocations. Therefore, I am setting the U2 variable which corresponds to rows equal to 0. So U2 अगर मैंने 0 कर लिया, so what will be the answer of V2? What will be the answer of V2? C22 is what is C22? C22 is 3. 3 is equal to 0 plus V2. So my V2 answer immediately comes, right? Are you getting it, girls? तो आपको कैसे करना है? हाँ, आपको कैसे करना है? 0 plus V2 is equal to 3. So V2 is 3. Now go to the next occupied cell immediately. 2 is equal to 0 plus V3. Or 0 plus V3 is 2. So what is V3? V3 is 2. Getting it or not? This one.
Yes, ma'am.
Now tell me V4. What is V4 का आंसर?
1.
1, करेक्ट. अभी आपके पास ये आंसर्स आ गए. V2 का आंसर आ गया. Can you use it to get the value of U3? ये इक्वेशन देखो लास्ट. You have got V2, V3 and V4 right now. Can you use V2 to get U3 की value? This is occupied cell.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
go to the corresponding. So ये occupied cell किसे correspond करती है? 2 और 3 को. V2 and U3. U3 plus V2 is equal to 2. V2 is 3. So what should be U3? What should be U3? U3 का आंसर क्या आना चाहिए?
-1.
-1. Correct. 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. Now you have got U3 का आंसर. You have got U2 का आंसर. नाउ V1 एंड U1 आपका बाकी है. तो V1 और U1 निकालने के लिए आपको नहीं निकाल सकते हो आप, दोनों अननोन्स है. लाइक
मैम U3 कैसे निकाला? कैन यू टेल अगेन?
Vipashini, can you see this formula?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is C32? This is C32. 2. 2 is equal to U3 plus 3. So what is U3? 2 minus 3. Have you understood it?
Yes.
Now V3 is 2. There is one more occupied cell, ये वाली. So V3 is 2. 2 plus U1. U1 plus V2 इस सेल का इक्वेशन क्या है? What is equation of this cell?
C13 equals to U1 plus
Plus
V3.
V3. So V3 is 2. So 2 plus something is 1. So what is the answer of U1?
-1.
Minus 1. Correct. Okay. Now go to the first one. So first cell का इक्वेशन क्या है? U1 plus V1. आपको ऐसे देखना है उसकी तरफ, फर्स्ट रो फर्स्ट कॉलम. सो ये प्लस ये U1 प्लस V1. So -1 plus V1 is equal to 1. So what should be V1? 2.
2.
Have you understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
It's very easy. आप ऐसे लिखा करो immediately U1, U2, U3, V1, V2, V3, V4. Then wherever you see maximum number of allocations for that particular row or column variable, you write down 0 answer and calculate the others immediately. Okay? Have you understood it, Pika? Write it down.
Yes, ma'am.
Write it down. We will calculate DIJs peacefully in the next lecture at 12:30. Okay? Let us not be in hurry. Okay? Have you written this slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's take attendance now.